if you needed to sell a GS and you're going to take some stuff off of it, I'm trying to think more methodically about this. So this is mostly for me, so thanks for watching. It's Adam here. So 2018 GS Adventure, bunch of Farkles on it. I'm not going to really be selling any of this stuff. I'm going to reuse a lot of it. But some stuff is like, you know what? This like, you can have that one. You can keep that. Yeah, so the person that buys this is going to get a box of all kinds of cool stuff. Seats, crash bars, skid plates, all kinds of Farkles, mounts, etc. And some stuff's going to stay with the bike. I don't really know what that's going to be just... Well, let's talk through that, I guess. So... Shifter will stay. The pegs will not. The pegs are moving in the next bike. So I got to find the foot pegs. I need to find those. Skid plate, crash bars will stay. Side stand enlarger will not stay. The ABS sensor guard right there will not stay. The Darlas will, though. Erica and Savina, those get pulled off. The Machine Art Moto Advanced hand guards, double take mirrors, and the phone mount, those come off, as do these SW-Motech extenders. But the Puig clutch and brake covers will probably stay. We'll see. Windscreen and stabilizer, those are going to stay, I think. Dash cam comes off, cover comes off, this fairing from Touratech comes off. Erica and Savina are gone. The front little engine guard there, little red thing on the front, that stays. Let's look at the console here. I'll keep these ball mounts here, but the riser will go with me. The Touratech locking mount will stay. I think that will stay. We'll think about that. Heated seat's going to be yanked off, doesn't work anymore, so I want to put the next one through that. I'll just get this guy out of here too. Tech spec grips, tank grips are going to stay. I think the Acra, it's just useless to sell it, right? I'll include that with the OEM, and you can keep it if you want to. Billy brake light will be coming off. Yes, the brake light will come off, as will the iron butt thing and the dash cam. The Black Dog Cycle Works will come off. All the electronics that I've installed will come off. Heel guards will come off. Final drive guard will stay, as will the rear slider there, and the final drive breather hose, that will stay. Shocks are off. So you can see here, this is a brand new front ESA shock that's going back on the bike. Brand new. It has 10 miles on it. And then, yeah, little sparkly bits down there will all come off. Yeah. I think that'll be the whole thing. But like, yeah, I think it's a good thing to keep the skid plate on there. Unfortunately, removing that front shock is going to be a pain in the ass. It always is. It always is. And so just got to go for it. That shock is $1,500. I don't really want to buy another new shock right now, so it's going to come off with me. I had it serviced a year ago. Oh, the Machine Art Moto X heads will stay on the bike. Those have no use to me anymore. There's probably other bits here that I'm just not seeing, but yeah, all that stuff will just stay on. Yeah. And there's reflector things will stay on. These are nice reflectors. I need to get detailed too, but all in time. And then the dynamic motor rod LED flashers, those will stay on. That's no use to me at all. But there's a bunch of shit. I really think, honestly, I think what I need to do is I'm just gonna sit here on my Husky and think about this. I think just for tonight, just to like feel like I did something, I'm gonna clean up this portion of the bike, this top half. And then Saturday, Sunday, it's raining tomorrow, I'll start removing that front shock. That's gonna be the most work, is removing the front shock. So Basically, not back to stock, because you know, I have OEM crash bars and skid plate, but someone's going to want a bike that's equipped like this. I think that adds value to have this stuff pre-installed. So next person gets the all the crash protection the way it is. If they don't like it red, they can just have it repowder coated or whatever color they want. But that's just going to be a feature of this bike. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. I really think if there were two of me here, if there were two of me and I had a day, I could do the whole strip job in a day if there were two of me. But it's probably gonna be 3 or 4 days with myself, because I'm gonna get distracted on stuff and start cleaning. But yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get those Erica and Savina lights off. Let's get the all the handlebar shit taken off, and the handlebar risers off, and maybe like the alt-rider stuff up front there, like the Touratech fairing. I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but this is a Touratech Desert TO fairing. It's expensive. It's like $600 this piece of plastic. I don't know why I bought that, but I'm not gonna like lose my money on it. So I'm also wondering, like, if it makes sense to have a dash cam on this bike. I don't know if I've had to, so in 5 years, 35,000 whatever miles, I've had to pull a clip off of this dash cam one time. And that was my Michigan trip 2 years ago, when a trailer exploded in front of me and I had to duck for cover as wood went everywhere. But the video feed was just terrible. Like, and I know that for insurance reasons, it's good to have it, but it just doesn't really, it's just a lot of extra wiring. That's going to be the bitch of my next motorcycle, is all the wiring. I need to find my steering stabilizer too, my OEM one, because this is the YSS steering stabilizer. And so I need to take this off, but I need to find my other one. Yeah, anything else under here? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of, I gotta get that shock off. There's stuff I gotta do. Let's get these lights off. Let's do it one thing at a time. Clear water lights, and let's just start working through the handlebars, and then we'll feel pretty good about that. But this is all of my OEM stuff is in those 2 boxes there. Okay, next up, we're gonna be removing the tank. So I've got the tank cover here off. I've got to take the side panels off from both sides, and then the air box, and then tank, and then the air box will come off. We have to get to a bolt that is like, it's a bolt down there. You can't really even see it, in order to remove the front shock. I have a mechanic in my office today. This is my little mechanic. she's helping in her own way. Hi, Matilda. Hi. She just woke up from a nap. All right, my union rep is giving me the signal I have to take a break. So got the Erica and Savina's off, got the tank off, and I just did the clips, the clips for the air box. The screw to get to that front shock is just buried. So, but actually, this is all for the best too, because getting the air box off means I can get all this wiring that Matt and I did and get all that stuff out of there. The wiring's going to come out. Everything but the clear water harness is going to come out. So yeah, so it's all necessary anyway to get my wiring out of there. So the next person has a clean slate to work through. But Rosie's getting torn down. Seems to happen every couple years that Rosie gets torn down or undressed is the more funny way to put it. But we're making progress, good progress. And but union rep is really hassling me, so I get to work. All right, new day. Hi, Matilda. New day. Tank is off, air box is off. You guys seen this video. I mean, those of you who've been watching the channel for like 10 years, I've seen this lots of times, but we've got our T55 right here. For this transaction, I'm actually going to end up keeping all the clear water wiring in here for the next person, so they can hook up some Ericas and Savinas if they want to, whatever they want to put in there. But a lot of this wiring is going to be going away, so all that gets yanked out. Matt, if you're watching, you've got your octopus. Your octopus ground is still present and happy under there. But yeah, top bolt, and then bottom bolt right there. And then of course we'll I need to, in order to get the steering stabilizer out, I have to take off the front wheel and the front fender, because the bolt is right there and you can't get to it with this fender on. So that's the problem with these mods, man. You gotta basically tear the whole bike down to get everything out. But is that still tight? I guess it is. Anyway, a lot of shit. I should put some towel in here though, but you've got a little bit of dust in there. A little bit of dust, but overall, bike looks pretty good. It's in a good place. Let's get that front shock out. Actually, you know what I'm going to do to make life a little easier? I have a jack stand under here. I'm going to drop the front wheel first. Hit the fender out before I drop that shock. Because that'll allow me, it'll make it easier for me to pick the, to put it all back together whenever I, no. Let's keep that front wheel. Because I want to be able to put weight on that front wheel in order to have the shock come up high enough to bolt in the top bolt. So we'll keep that wheel in for now. It's a new day. We've made great progress. I did not film the last 2 nights, actually. Where's my air filter? Last 2 nights, that's the right one. Let's get a full view here. I really struggled with just a couple things. You know, the truth is, as you guys know, there's dozens and dozens of accessories on this bike. And so like a few things came up. Like for example, I don't know where my OEM steering stabilizer is that came on this GS. I took it off. I put it somewhere. I cannot find it. I've looked through my OEM box and it's not in there. 2 OEM boxes of stuff. And so I've decided that I'm going to just have to buy a used one off eBay, which I've ordered. So that means I'm still sitting here with a front fender off the bike and a wheel off the bike. So, you know, stuff like that just kind of just keeps adding up. Struggled to get the rear shock back in. Again, it's just because the you know, old bike stuff. And now, well, just for the next owner, I'm going to go ahead and change the air filter. It's 12,000 mile interval. So you can see it wasn't really due yet, but it's a pain in the butt if you're a new owner to a GS and, you know, to pay for service, to have them take the plastic off through the air filter. It's right here. Let's just do it. It's $12. What else is new? Well, so here's where we are with the whole bike situation. It's floating. Yeah, we have our very fancy lift set up. All these parts need to go back on. I've just put back on literally just now, I just put back on the OEM fairing. I had the Touratech Desertio fairing. They want like $550 for this, and I was going to include it on the motorcycle because it hides my Easy Pass. Yeah. Let's take a step back. To answer your question, yes, I did spend maybe $300 or $400 on a piece of plastic to hide this Easy Pass. No more questions. So I'm taking that with me. Why am I giving that away to the next person that doesn't even know that was expensive and is like, you know, probably wants the OEM look? So I put the OEM windbreaker still on there. Put the OEM, these zip ties are going black. I have some black ones on order. Put the OEM nav 5.6 back on there and got it all wired in here. So that's all good to go. What else? Took the headlight guard off. I took the Darlas off. I actually was going to sell them to the Darlas, and then I had a change of heart. I'm like, you know what? I paid like $500 for those. Again, next person can buy their own Darlas. Sorry, but I don't think they're going to pay me $500 more in bike value for the Darlas. That's just how I see it. But, you know, OEM shock is back on. I think you've already seen that part of the video. But stuff that I can't move to the new bike or sell easily, like this alt-rider engine guard that's been powder coated or these radiator guards, freebies. Those are going with the bike. Same with these Touratech auxiliary light guards, going with the bike. A couple other things like the LED turn signals that are going with the bike. The rocks risers, I don't want the anti-vibration ones anymore. They're just kind of they're when you're on really hard hill climbs and you're pulling on the handlebars. Yes, I know you're supposed to steer with your feet and your inner thighs. If I'm pulling with my arms, these really bend and actually like reduce the amount of control I have. So I'm going to get back to fixed risers. I took the Puig clutch and brake reservoir covers off too. Again, those were like $150. The next person's not going to care about that. They might be like, oh, this is too much red. Took that off. Took the grip puppies off, putting the OEM mirrors back on, the OEM handguards back on, leaving the X heads, having no use for those, leaving the skid plate and the crash bars, leaving the SW-Motech shifter, maybe? I don't know. OEM pegs will go back on, OEM heel guards will go back on. Leaving the frame plugs. You can have those, those are freebies. But as you can see here, this is all the wiring that was at the front of the bike. That's all the front of the bike wiring. And this is all the back of the bike wiring, all this crap here. It's a lot of it. And so I've just got to yank all that out. Keeping the Clearwater stuff on there was kind of complicating things a little bit because Matt and I had made this this really nice wiring loom, which I'll actually redo for the next bike. But to take just the Clearwaters off was going to take me hours. I just don't have the patience for it. So I yanked the Clearwaters off. There's no more electronics that are aftermarket up here. Nothing else goes to the front that is aftermarket. If you want to power an iPhone, you've got a USB port up front. Yeah, this is a freebie. You can keep my USB port. That's yours to keep. And then I'm impartial on these accoutrements down here, these red things. I can tell you unequivocally that, you know, I paid Touratech about $200 for this starter and alternator guard or whatever, throttle guard. I just don't think they've ever saved me from getting stranded. I don't think these have done anything except for add red. I also don't think this has done anything for me at all. So do I want to keep it on the bike? I don't know if like the next person's going to give a shit. Like, do they going to give a shit about that? I don't know. We'll see. Acura will stay on the bike. What else? But you know, for the most part, I'm taking most of these parts off. You can see here, I got a bunch of Clearwater products, guards, more guards over there. The Touratech Zumo XT mount, gone. The Garmin Zumo XT wiring harness is gone. And then just a whole bunch of stuff over here that just is gonna, you know, go with a new bike or sell or whatever. I don't know yet. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I need to get done. I can't do this tomorrow night. So this is my last night with this bike before I head north to buy a new motorcycle. Well, I've bought a new motorcycle. I have to go pick it up. It's 12 hours each way to go buy it, to go pick it up. And so my goal when I leave tonight, when I go to sleep tonight, is that, and I have more meetings at 8 p.m. tonight, so I'm busy this week, really, really busy. But my goal when I leave tonight is to de-wire all this and to have the airbox, fuel tank, and front fairing done. From that point, all I have to do at that point is to reinstall rear rack, rear luggage grid, and rear top case rack. I think it's doable. That'll be like next Sunday or Monday. So basically, yeah, wiring, gone. Airbox, fuel tank, all the front fairing pieces. I take my time on the front fairing because as you guys can see over here, don't laugh, but as you can see over here, there's a bunch of bolts. And so it's really important for me to get the bolts in the right spot. I've done this enough times now, probably 12 times, that I know if the bolt is in the right hole or not, but it takes me a little time to make sure it's in the right hole, and I take my time on it. So, you know, just gonna ease into it. It's, I think it's 6 o'clock. I've got a meeting from 8 to 9. I'll work till midnight, and tomorrow's Friday. So we've made great progress. You know, I am, and by the way, this is now for sale on Cycle Trader. I think I listed it for $15K. 14K is your price. But, you know, it feels so cool to have like a 0-mile front and rear shock on there. That's pretty neat. And, you know, part of me really wants to steal these wheels and move them over to the new GSA because I want the wheels that Woody's trued and straightened for me. But I'm going to leave those on there for the next person. And so, yeah, you know, good progress. Let's get this airbox, the air filter replaced, and then we'll put the airbox back on. It's not too bad, but, you know, it's like a 8,000 mile air filter. Just, you know, I love the new owner. I love you. You don't know it yet, but I love you. Hey, you're looking like a bike again. I'm going to stop and feed the dog, but good progress. Got to look over my stuff here, make sure everything's where it should be, but yeah, great progress. All the wiring in the front's all OEM now. And yeah, I'm just going to now put on the front fairing there and build it all back. Once this part's all done, I can take care of the rat's nest back here. But dog's hungry, so let's take care of that. I'm exhausted. It's midnight. Let's go a little back here. It's midnight. I can't do any more tonight. I leave tomorrow evening to go pick up a new motorcycle. And so this is just going to be how it lives until Sunday when I get home. And I have to delay setting up the new bike because I got to basically get this back to OEM and then roll it out and wash it. So Sunday will be finishing day. It was a solid 5 evenings to get this bike back to stock. So, but I mean, so yeah, we got hand guards to go on. These will go on windscreen. This is all back together. I have not cable managed the ESA shock cables yet, so that'll need to be managed, and then putting the pegs back on and the frame guards back on, and then it is done. Like a couple things like battery cover and stuff like that. Like battery cover needs to go on. But yeah, then it is done. Man, just a tough time, man. I think it was probably 25 hours to tear it down, pull everything off of it, and then build it back up. Video's not over yet, though. I'll do a final video with it done and rolled out of the garage, so you get to see a view of what it looks like when it goes to get sold. I mean, really, honestly, you can't, at first glance, you really can't tell any of the farkles are off of it. That's how many farkles I had. It's just they were little tiny bits and bobs everywhere. Okay, guys, midnight, going to bed. Talk to you Sunday.